there, my name is Pamela Trujillo and I work at SLT in New York City, and this is Trainer of the Month Club with Well+Good. So today we have a 15-minute video that's gonna be abs and arms. Almost everything we do at SLT is done slow and controlled, so I'm gonna count you down through everything. And what you need for today are your mat and then also your sliders. If you don't have sliders, you can use some small towels. And then a pair of hand weights. I'm using 3 pounds today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start in a kneeling push-up position. So you're gonna kneel towards the end of your mat and then place your hands on your sliders. Your knees are together and then press your hips forward. So we're in our kneeling push-up position. Start with your wrists under your shoulders. So we're gonna lower down and we're gonna slide the right hand out at the same time. Let's do it. Down 1, down 2, up 1, up 2. Now let's do the other side. Let's lower down. You slide out your left hand, lift back up. So as we lower down, you want to keep your abs engaged the whole time, right? They're going to help you control this movement, so it's not just your arms doing the work. And pull your tailbone back and down. Squeeze your glutes. Just keep everything in your core engaged here. You got 12 more seconds, and then we're going to do a move we call high crunch. So you're gonna sit down on the end of your mat. Your heels will be on the sliders. Grab your weights. High crunch. We're gonna sit down on the mat. Our heels will be on the sliders. Grab your weights. In 4, 3, 2. All right, so now we're gonna sit down towards the end of the mat. Place your heels on your sliders and then go ahead and grab your weights if you're gonna use them. And then now, first, let's lean our chest back right behind our hips. Abs engaged, so we never come up more than this. Now, extend your arms out long, palms face each other. Try to keep a straight spine. Let's start to lean the chest back and straighten our legs super slow. Let's do it. Lean back, straighten for 2. Lean back, straighten 3. Lean back, straighten 4. Pause. Now roll your left elbow back and twist to the left. Tap your elbow on the mat. Extend out, come to the center. Let's do the right side. So you row back, tap, extend. Now lift the chest, bend the knees for 2. Lift and bend for 3. Lift and bend for 4. Pause. Now give me a hammer curl. Just bend and straighten. Let's do that all again. So we lean back, straighten the legs. 2, 3, 4. You row that left elbow back, tap the mat, come to the center, right side tap. Lift up, bend your knees, nice and slow. And then when we're at the top, hammer curl. Also make sure you don't sit up all the way. That way you keep the tension in your abs. And just try not to round in your spine at all. You want to try to keep your spine as straight as you can. Scoop your abs up and in. Lift up, aim your heart to the ceiling. 12 more. And then we're going to do a move that we call arm-assisted crunch. So we get to lay down on the mat. Keep your weights. You got 7 more seconds. Arm-assisted crunch. We're going to lay down. Keep your weights. In 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, so we can put our sliders to the side for now. Lay your back down on the mat and then bend your knees to tabletop position. So your knees are right over your hips, shin bones parallel to the ceiling. Arms go straight up to the ceiling, and then your palms are gonna face down towards your feet. So we're gonna lift the head, neck, and shoulders, press the hands down, straighten the legs at the same time. Let's do it. Start to lift, press the hands down, straighten the legs. 2, 3, 4. Pause. So now your head, neck, and shoulders are lifted. Your hands are a few inches above the ground. Your legs are out long at a diagonal. And then now let's start to lower down. Bend the knees, arms go up. 2, 3, 4. And let's do it all again. So as you lift up, press your ribs down towards your hips. Squeeze your abs. Do a little pause at the top. Lower down. And if you want more of a challenge, when we're at the top and your legs go long, you can bring them a little closer to the ground, but you want to press your lower back down into the mat. If not, bring them up a little higher, okay? And keeping everything super slow, but we have a hold coming. 8 seconds, we're gonna curl up, legs go long, we hold. You really squeeze your abs in 4, 3, 2, hold, squeeze your abs, press your lower back down into the mat, curl up a little more, and then now keep the rest of your body frozen. We're just gonna do the arms. You ready? Let's do it. Up 1, up 2, down 1, down 2. I know, squeeze your abs. 10 more, arms come back down. Stay lifted, legs stay long. 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. And then now give me little flare kicks with your feet, little up, down, up, down, up, down. You got it, we're about to move on. You got 12 more seconds. And then it's gonna be snake on the left, hands mat, feet sliders, you can do it, 7 more. Snake on the left, hands mat, feet sliders, 4, 3, 2, nice job. All right, so we can put our weights to the side for now. Let's go ahead and start in a high plank. So we'll turn around, hands on the mat, and then the balls of your feet will be on your sliders. Extend your legs long. And then now once you're here, cross your left foot in front of your right. Keep your heels lifted. Try to keep your sliders as close together as you can. Open up your hips, knees, and toes to face the right side of the room. Now, let's bend our knees towards the right elbow for 2. Bend slow for 3. Bend slow for 4. Straighten your legs, send them back. 2, 3, 4. So as you bend your knees, just aim them to the right elbow. Try to keep your hips up in line with your shoulders. They can be a little bit higher, but not so high that you lose the tension. You pause your knees when they're about under your hips. Slide straight back. Keep those heels up. So push down in your palms to really lift yourself away from the floor. Lift out of your shoulders. And when your legs are straight, very important to make sure your hips are still facing the right side of the room and they're not facing the ground. We're almost done with this. You got 12 more. And then it's just gonna be a side plank. So we're gonna place our left elbow down on the mat. You can stack your feet or your knees. Side plank, left elbow on the mat. Stack your feet or your knees. In 4, 3, 2. All right, so we don't need the sliders for this one. Place my left elbow down, and then you can stack your feet or your knees. I'm gonna do my feet. Option to bring your top foot in front of the bottom one for a bit more stability. But right now, really push down in your left elbow, lift up out of your shoulder, hips nice and high. Hold. We're gonna take a variation here. Go ahead and lift up your right leg. I know, keep those hips high. Now lifted arm, lifted leg. Let's bend them in towards each other. In 1, in 2, out 1, out 2. You got it. So push down in your elbow. You gotta push down in your left foot. Keep your hips from dropping. 8 more. You're gonna straighten your leg, stack it like we started. 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. If you need to drop the top arm to support your shoulder, totally fine, because we're gonna pulse to finish. So in your hips, give me a little pulse. Just a little up, little up, little up. You got it. 12 more. And then it's gonna be angel. We get to sit down, okay? Get your weights. You got 7 more seconds. Angel, we get to sit down. Grab your weights. You got 4, 3, 2, whew. All right, so just a little break from all that planking. Got a move called angel. So sit down on the mat. Grab your weights if you're using them. Now, start by leaning your chest back so you're right behind your hips, straight spine. If you can, lift your legs to tabletop position here. So keep your abs engaged to keep your balance. Squeeze your legs together. Now extend your arms out long. Palms face each other. Relax your shoulders. And then now we're gonna open up the arms. It's not that big. So open up slow for 2, 3, 4, and then close. 2, 3, 4, and give me a hammer curl if you can. Ooh, it's gonna feel like you're gonna fall back, so you gotta squeeze your abs, open, and again, it's not that big. Close, hammer curl. If it's too much to keep your legs lifted, you can totally put them down. Just make sure you're leaning back to engage your abs, okay? All right, we're gonna go to the other side, all right? That right oblique's coming in 12 seconds. It's gonna be snake on the right. So hands mat, feet sliders. 7 more, snake on the right, hands mat, feet sliders. 5, 4, 3, 2, all right. So you know what's coming now. We're gonna do that right oblique. So I'm just gonna head to the other side. And then now let's place our hands on the mat. Once again, the balls of your feet or on your sliders, extend out to your high plank. Once you're here, cross your right foot in front of your left. Open up your hips, knees, and toes to face the left side of the room. And then now, let's bend our knees in towards the left elbow for 2. Bend slow for 3. Bend slow for 4, and slowly straighten for 2, 3, 4. So yep, you just aim your knees towards the left elbow. Try to keep your sliders as close as you can together. Trying to keep your hips up in line with your shoulders. Again, they can be a little higher, just not so high that you lose the tension. And then remember, it's very important when you straighten your legs, you just want to make sure your hips are still facing the left, they're not facing the ground. It's very tempting to do that. And really push down in your palms to lift yourself up away from the ground. Lift up out of your shoulders. We're not here super long, so try to get those last few reps in. You only have 15 more seconds, and then it's gonna be side plank. So our right elbow will be on the mat. You can stack your feet or your knees. Side plank, right elbow on the mat. You can stack your feet or your knees. In 4, 3, 2. All right, so we don't need the sliders for this one. Right elbow comes down to the mat, and then you can stack your feet or your knees. So push down in your right elbow, lift your hips nice and high, lift up out of your shoulder, and then left arm up to the ceiling. All right, if you took the variation on the other side, let's do it on this side. Let's lift up the left leg. Now lifted arm, lifted leg. Let's bend them in towards each other. In 1, in 2, out 1, out 2. Keep going. In and out. So try not to let your hips drop. Push down in your elbow. Really push down in your right foot. Keep those hips high. 8 more. Back to starting position. We straighten our leg, stack the feet. In 4, 3, 2. Back to starting position. Get those hips up. If you need to drop the top arm to support your shoulder, totally fine, because we're gonna pulse the hips to finish. Just a little up, little up. You got it. You got 15 seconds. We get to lay down once again, all right? It's gonna be weighted crunches. So grab your weights, we lay down. Keep going, you got 8 more. Weighted crunches, we get to lay down on the mat. Grab your weights, in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, so let's lay down on our back. Grab your weights if you're using them. You're gonna bend your knees, feet are on the floor. And then now extend your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Hands are together or weights together. We're just gonna curl up the head, neck, and shoulders. That's it, but nice and slow. Let's do it up slow for 2, 3, 4. Pause. Do a little pause at the top. Lower down, super slow for 2, 3, 4. Nice and controlled. Do it again. Up 2, 3, 4. Get a good squeeze at the top. And then now lower down. Landing nice and gently. So as you lift, just press your ribs down towards your hips. Yep, get a good squeeze in your abs. And then lower. All right, we gotta hold and we're gonna pulse it out. You got 8 seconds. We hold at the top. Just lift as much as you can and squeeze your abs. In 4, 3, 2. Let's do it. Hold at the top as high as you can. Now, give me a pulse, just a little up, up, up. Yep, you should feel your upper abs fire up right here. All right, we're almost done. You got 15 seconds. Let's hold a high plank. So hands mat, feet sliders. 8 more, keep going. We're gonna hold a high plank, hands mat, feet sliders. 4, 3, 2. All right, so you can put your waist to the side. We're done with those. All right, let's do it. So now hands on the mat, your feet on your sliders, and then extend your legs long, legs together. Push yourself away from the ground, pull your tailbone back and down, squeeze your abs. We're gonna do a move we call military legs, but with a hip pulse, all right? So first, start to bend your left knee out to the side towards your left elbow. In 1, in 2, and then extend it back. Back 1, back 2. Let's do the right side. In 1, in 2, back 1, back 2. Pause, give me a little hip pulse. Your hips go up 2 inches, down 2. Let's do it all again. So you just bend your knee towards the left elbow, straighten. Other side, back, give me a hip pulse. We're gonna switch it up. All right, you got 10 more seconds, and then you're back in your high plank. Okay, legs go long, feet together. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, pause, legs together. Now it's gonna be bear with a plank jack on the sliders. So start to bend your knees in super slow for 2. Bend slow for 3, bend slow for 4, and slowly straighten your legs for 2. 3, 4, pause, plank jack on the sliders. Your feet go apart, back in. Let's do it again, bend in 2, 3, 4, keep your hips up in line with your shoulders. Those legs slide back, nice and slow, pause, apart, and in. You're right at the end. So push yourself up away from the ground, out of your shoulders. Keep your abs engaged. Don't let those hips drop, because in 8 seconds, legs go long. We're gonna finish with a plank jack, okay? Your feet go out and in as fast as you can to finish. In 4, 3, 2, legs go long. Let's do it. Out in as fast as you can. Yep, you got it. Keep going. Keep those hips high. Don't let them drop. Squeeze your abs, because you got 12 seconds and you're gonna be done. Finish strong. Let's go. You got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Whew. You are done. Awesome job. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Pamela Trujillo and I work at SLT in New York City. And this has been Trainer of the Month Club with Well+Good. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe so you can see more. And I'll see you guys next time.